There we fucking go. We are live, ready to rock. Again, another live stream every Friday and Saturday. It was actually I was originally just planning on doing it on Saturdays, but I mean, why not Friday? So we're live. We're about to do this shit. I have a buddy of mine actually. He's gonna come pull through. He's probably gonna be 30. And I kind of just want to walk you guys through like just have fun when you go out. I think some of you guys take it too serious. Hey Rashen, what's up, man? Where are you currently? Are you in Cali or what? Let me see. Okay, there's a lag, so I'm sorry if there's a lag. Um, but let's play some music, boys. Let's play some music. Let's get in the groove. I got my yerba mate. If you guys don't know what yerba mate is, I said it last time. It's Uruguayan, I think, plant, and it releases, or actually, it relieves you from anxiety, and so you don't get anxiety when you go out, which is huge if you're approaching people. I'm in Cali. I just got the buzz cut. You got the buzz cut, dude. Good. I'm glad you took the advice. I never knew you actually had a buzz cut. So the buzz cut goes hard. Like, um, for me, it's weird, bro, because I used to have a buzz cut too. Like growing up, let me see if I can pull up a picture. Growing up, I had a buzz cut like when I was young, and I looked like I went to the Iraq War. I legitimately looked like I was in Iraq at a war over there. But I did have a buzz cut. It goes hard when you're young. When you're a young kid, the buzz cut goes really hard because it makes you look older and wiser, right? And if you're a young kid, that's kind of like what you need, right? Because you want to give up those mature vibes to these chicks. Now it's a little different. Now that I am actually old, I just do the slick back. The slick back works for me because of my face structure. And Russian, I think the buzz cut might be it for you. And then I think your style might actually, if you go into like what do you call it? Like a streetwear sense of style, or like I'll put you on some game with your style, Rashin, but we're gonna make a difference for that as well. So it'll look good though, bro. You'll look good. You'll look good with that. Um, yeah, if you guys are in Cali, by the way, Cali is like one of the best fucking states that you guys could go out in. Like, arguably, the best state you could go out in is, in terms of states, I think California, Florida, and Texas. Actually, I would put Texas above New York because Texas has more options. New York, you only have New York City. What the fuck? Are you gonna go to upstate New York? Fuck no. Right? Texas has way more options. What up, Bear Bay? What up, Selena? Good to see you guys. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Um, what do you girls think? Are you guys, Selena? Are you girls joining? What do you girls prefer? Like long hair or like a buzz cut on a young guy? Right, he's a young kid. Do you prefer a buzz cut or long hair? Right. I say a buzz cut because it makes him look older, right? And if he's trying to hit on girls, fuck it, might as well. Bro, I like the way your lips move when you talk. Have you ever been to the pen? Bro, I won't make it in the pen, bro. I will die in the I'm too pretty to be in the penitentiary, bro. I am way too pretty, dog. I cannot make it in the pen, bro. Listen, dude, pretty boys don't fight, bro. I teach all my students, pretty boys don't fight. But yeah, Rashan, do the bus cut. I really like the way it looked. You should go out, bro. I think you should go out again tonight. Try to get into like an 18 and over place because I know you're not 21. Try to get into an 18 and over. If you get into an 18 and over place, it's gonna be game over, dude. I think you're gonna be so much more ahead of like majority of the people that aren't 18 too. Like you're way ahead of like the 18 to 21 year olds. So I would do that, bro. I would go out and do that. No, dude, I have never gotten my cheeks clapped. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna put your ass in timeout for being a gay person. All right. But yeah, dude, Rashan, I think you got it, bro. I think you got it in the bag. Let's go ahead and let the rest of the people know that we're fucking live. Going out tonight. It's gonna be good, bro. Live, boys. We're gonna put our queue. All right, cool. So, bro, I have a curfew since I'm living with my parents now. Yeah, that's rough, bro. What's your curfew, bro? What curfew do I have? Let's see who joins. My dog is like, guys, if you don't know this, I have a crippled dog. My dog only has two legs, all right? He only has two front legs. So when he walks, he like walks on his two front legs, but he's old now. He's like 15. And because he's 15, uh he cries when he pees because he pees all over himself and he just feels dirty. He just cries all the time. What up, Madeline Clay? Good to see you. What up, Elia Watson? Dude, I'm so blind. My eyesight is so fucking bad. Like every time I look at you, you're like 2 feet away. I'm 2 feet away from the chat, from the screen. I literally cannot see like that far. My eyesight is so fucked. Yeah. So my dog, he when he was young, he got like attacked by some pit bulls, and nobody was adopting him. They were about to put him down, and so they're like, "Dude, if you don't adopt this dog, we're gonna put him down." Actually, I'm taking all the credit. I didn't adopt him. It was actually my parents who adopted him. But now he's part of the family. You know what I mean? We call him Mater. We call him Mater like the cars because he has two buck teeth at the front too. He's kind of an ugly dog now that I think about it, but you know, whatever. He's my dog. What up, Jay Thompson? Good to see you, bro. Roshen. Yeah, dude, you can still go on dates. I mean, if you have a curfew, guys, if you literally have a curfew at like 10 p.m., 9 p.m., whatever time you have a curfew on, you could still go out on a date. Like go out on a date at 8 p.m. And then, I mean, you're young. If you have a car, you know, she's down, you could have some backseat stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? Just fucking smash in the back seat and you'll be good. That's all you got to do, really. Roshan. So I would still set up dates, dude. I wouldn't get like knocked down if you couldn't set up a date. Yeah. You want to see my dog? I think he's crying right now, but I can get my dog. I guess I could get my dog. I'm in a good mood, guys. I got my yerba mate. I'll show you my dog. Give me a second. Let me go get my dog. All right, so he's right here, but he's only got two legs and he just pissed all over himself. So I got up on the towel. I'll probably just go shower him right now, but he's fucking, look how ugly he is. There he goes. He's off to do his thing, you know. All right, well, there he is. He's also old. He's like 15. He's gonna give out any fucking time now. Like he's done. Took her to the back seat while drunk as fuck. Now I'm facing 35 years. Well, dude, that's on you, bro. You gotta take your girl. Like, I don't even know what to say to that, bro. Like, what the fuck? All right. I forgot I was on the internet. Um, yeah, so Roshen, you could still go out on a date if you borrow your parents' car. I know you're young, you're not 21. Go on a date, practice your game. It's actually gonna be better for you. But the only thing we got to do for you is we actually got to get you dates, right? Because I know you submitted your dating apps, but we actually got to get you those dates, right? No dates, no game. So there you go, Madeline. Yeah, he's cute. He's a cute dog. He pees all over himself, so he just smells like fucking Parmesan cheese. It's actually pretty bad. What else? What else? Yeah, Roshan, I appreciate you coming in, bro. This is the second weekend that you come in. This is good. You're gonna do well in life, bro. You're a young kid. Even though I'm only 8 years older than you, you're gonna do well. I know. I know it's tough, Madeline. I don't know what to tell you. It's pretty tough. Let's see what's Instagram doing. But yeah, by the way, guys, if you haven't joined my community, go ahead, join my community. The link is in the bio. And for the boys, if you the boys are watching this and you want to actually get good with women and you actually want to like women to fall in love with you and shit, download my beginner's ebook, which is also in the bio, but only if you're a beginner. Rashan, this doesn't apply to you because you are past the beginner stage. Believe it or not, even though you feel like you're still a beginner, you're past that stage, bro. Trust me, you are. Good shit, boys. So let me tell you the plan for tonight. The plan for tonight that I have is my buddy's coming to see me, by the way, and I'm moving. He lives in Nashville right now, so he's living in Nashville. I'm in Texas currently, and what we're gonna do is I'm gonna move to Nashville. And so I'll be in Nashville. I'll probably crash on his couch. You guys will meet him. He's a cool dude. I've known him literally for 15 years. Wow, I've known him for 15 years. Holy shit. So he's gonna let me crash on his couch. I'm gonna move to Nashville. I'm gonna be doing like street interviews in Nashville, and then I'm gonna depends on what my followers want to see, like for the Instagram docuseries that I'm about to make. But then we'll see. Yeah. I love Nashville. Nashville is like one of the best spots to like go. I was deciding whether like I wanted to go to Dallas. I was between Dallas because I have my house there. So I was between Dallas, Austin, and Miami. And Miami's just way too expensive. Like the way I like to live life, I would have had to pay like 5 to 6,000 a month in rent in Miami, which is retarded. Sorry, but I'm not gonna pay 60 to 75,000 a month. Sorry, a year just to live in Miami, where everyone is fucking fake and they all are wannabes. I think Miami's overrated. All right, Miami is so overrated. So Miami's out the list, and then Dallas. I lived in Dallas. I went to school, college in Dallas. I was like, I don't want to live there again. And then Austin, Texas. I lived in Austin for 2 years, and then I've never lived in Nashville. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna live in a new city. So Nashville, one. So I'll be moving to Nashville. February 9th is when my lease starts. I don't know if I'm giving you guys too much information, but there's only 7 viewers, so I don't think it really matters. Yeah, getting my dates is the biggest issue. I've been doing day game 3 4 hours every day, man. Issue is numbers won't convert. I took a dive into NAGs and the HVI will start implementing as a future. Yeah. So Rashan, the thing with you is that and this applies to everyone, right? I know we have a couple girls watching this, but the thing with guys when you talk to girls is that everybody's shallow to some degree, right? But Rashan, because you're young, it's really hard for you to establish presence and authority, right? So I'll give you like an extreme, all right? Think about like Justin Bieber, like back in his heyday, right? When he was doing like baby, like hey baby song, like when he had the Justin Bieber hair, when he was young, he had like all the attention from the young girls, but the older chicks were like, even in like the news and even like in those segments where he was talking to older girls, even in those segments, they would kind of like treat him like a little boy, right? And he was Justin fucking Bieber, and he was like 19, 20 years old at the time. And so age matters a lot for men when you're talking to women because it kind of commands your presence, right? It kind of lets them know like what's up. And if you're a guy and you're on the younger side, you will have an easier time talking to younger chicks. Okay, you 100% will. But the issue there is that you also have 30, 32-year-old men talking to them, right? You have 25-year-old men talking to them. And those guys have been around the block a lot more and they have more experience, dealing with that shit. So when they like tease them about their age or whatever. And because of that, you're at a disadvantage. So it's all about competition at the end of the day. And I want you to understand that, Rishan. So when you come to me like so eager to win and to learn, from where you are, I know you think you're like, oh my God, I'm not winning. But from the perspective of me, a grown man, who is, if you're 28, 9 years older than you, my birthday's in March, guys, send me gifts. That's that much older than you. And I look back at you, I'm like, dude, this guy is absolutely killing it. Right. And you're going to look back 10 years from now, Rashawn, you're going to be like, dude, I was killing it. I was doing everything possible, but there's just some things you can't control. Right. And right now we're doing everything that we can control. One thing that I will tell you, Rashawn, is also make sure with 100% accuracy that you have every other aspect of your life, like basically set up. So you have your career set up. I already know you. Like your career is good. Like it's done. Your career is good. The next thing I want you to do from like an outside perspective is put on some muscle, right? Cut down to like 10% body fat. And that's going to give you a huge advantage, not just in your confidence, but when you go up and do these things. All right. And for you, because of where you are right now, that change is going to be it's going to be so much greater than anything else you could do outside of game. All right. So I would say do that. And I think in a year you could transform. So if you make 2026 like the year, like, yo, I'm actually going to transform and do this, 2026 is your year. It's like an hour for me just to say there's a lot of bad stuff going on. What's going on in Nashville? I thought Nashville was safe. What? I was in Nashville for 7 days this year, like around actually last year. Holy shit, it's been a while. I haven't been in Nashville in 2 years. Holy shit. But I'll be living like downtown area and one of those like sky rises. So I'm super excited. And then when I was there, like Broadway, like the street on Broadway on Nashville, there was literally a party every single day on Nashville. Like literally, I have not seen that anywhere else in the US. I used to live in Vegas, guys. I used to live in Las Vegas, Nevada. There was not that amount of partying going on in Las Vegas that I saw in Nashville. Like Nashville is arguably the number one party spot in the United States because of Broadway Street. My buddy who's coming from Nashville, that he's gonna come into the stream here in a little bit, he could tell you a little bit about that. But I think Nashville, there's always something going on. Like if you're bored of Nashville, there's something wrong with you. Oh my God. Shoot. Yeah, that's funny. You're like, there's a lot of shootings and shit. I mean, I guess. Yeah, that's right, dude. I started working out about a week ago based on your and Brandon's advice. I'm gonna get that diet, so I should be good to go. Yeah, Rushan, like everything you do right now, I don't know if you guys have heard the law of compounds, right? So there's a thing called a compounding effect. So for me, I've been working out since I was 15. Like you look at me as a 15-year-old and you're like, dude, this guy's been working out for like years, right? It's partly genetics, but Rashan, if you start now and you get shredded now and you just keep it up through like your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, it's game over. Like you're going to be so much, again, I keep saying that, but you're going to be so much more ahead. It is what it is. So, yeah, the law of compounds, right? It's if you keep focusing your efforts on what matters, you will see the payoff later on in life. And that payoff is usually really good for the people who are patient. So if you're patient with your hard work, you're going to see that like basically everywhere else. So you're going to be good, bro. I really don't think you're going to not be good. You know what I'm saying? But it's actually, can I share my screen? I want to show you guys like what Broadway actually looks like. It's actually fucking insane. Now I'm like so excited for Nashville. I'm like beyond stoked. Where are you actually located, Madeline? Let's see. Yeah, on YouTube, there's like a ton of videos where it's just like people like walking through, like they just take videos of like people walking through the night. Let me see if I can share my screen. Oh, I could. Sick. So there we go. All right, so it's right here. Cool. So actually, I can share my screen. I don't know if you guys could see it. Please confirm if you could see it. Right. So this is Broadway, I think. Yeah. This is 100% Broadway. I fucking love this street. Like everything about Nashville is like fucking amazing. And I've lived in so many cities, guys. I've lived in New York City. I lived in Washington, D.C. I lived in Miami. I lived in Austin, Texas. I lived in Dallas. I lived in Scottsdale, Arizona. So I lived in all of the like the major cities except for like maybe Chicago. And I got to tell you, Nashville right now is so underrated and Miami is overrated in my opinion. So, this is kind of what it looks like right now. Let's see. You see, it's like this is probably like a Wednesday. This is Saturday night. So this is on Saturday, right? So Roshan, just look at this, dude. It's on fucking Saturday. And if you want, you could come visit me. Like if you hit me up, if you end up doing the program that we've been discussing, you could just join me whenever you have time. Cause I don't know how far Ohio is from Nashville, but you just come join me, bro. Take a look. Yeah, dude, it's packed, bro. Look at that volume. Not even Vegas looks like this anymore, which is good. Like it's pretty good. Yeah, let's look at night. Let's look at it at night, all right? See some nighttime stuff. Where the snow bunnies, dude? I fucking love snow bunnies, bro. You're talking to me. Let's see. There they are, bro. You fucking manifested them, Jason. Uh, yeah, you really did. Yeah, see, dude, look how popping it is. This is like, by the way, this is like a random divey bar, like in Nashville. There's like a random bar, like there's literally I'm gonna say like 100. I don't even know, but there's probably like 100 in there. I don't even know. Oh, dude, Asheville, North Carolina. That's pretty fucking close. That's like a drive away. Oh, and the thing about Nashville, guys, that my buddy told me. So in Nashville, did you guys know that every day of the year, in every different venue, they can afford to book new talent every day at every venue because there's that many artists, and they try every single one of these venues. They try to give these artists that are up and coming an opportunity to showcase their skills. So just think about how many artists there are out there that all the venues on Broadway, all right, let's say there's 20 bars and 20 venues. Out of those 20 bars and 20 venues, they could literally afford to have someone new every day of the year across every single bar. That's wild. That is actually insane. So, yeah, dude. I mean, Nashville is like snow bunny heaven, if I'm being honest with you. Yeah. All right, Jason, you fucking caught me, bro. So part of the reason why I actually like preferred Nashville over Miami, it's because Miami is too Hispanic. I'm Hispanic myself, right? Like, okay, I'm Hispanic. I love my people. Yeah, sure, whatever. But nothing turns me on more than a fucking white chick. I don't know why. The analogy I like to give people is that you know how like white men like Asian women and vice versa. You always see like a white guy with like an Asian girl, and then you see like an Asian girl with like a regular white guy. The baddest Asian girl will find the most mid white guy like the most attractive thing ever. I'm like that with white women. I'm like, I could see the most mid white chick and I'd be like, dude, she's so attractive just because where I grew up or was like everybody looked like me. Everybody was brown, Hispanic, dark features. Like that's cool, right? And like, yeah, there's some like bad Latinas in Miami, sure. But I grew up with that. So I'm like, not it's not exotic to me, right? When I just go to places like Nashville or like the Nordic countries like Sweden and shit and Germany. Now Germany's not a Nordic country, but you guys get what I'm saying. Like that fucking drives me up a fucking wall. Um yeah, so Brandon, good to see you. Miller, I'm glad you're on. So Brandon, for you, dude, you're in South Carolina. In South Carolina, you're a drive away. So Brandon and Roshan, I'm gonna be closer than ever to you guys next year. Like this is the closest I'm logistically gonna be to you. If you guys are not in Nashville once a month while I'm there, you're fucking up. Like you are seriously fucking up if you're not there every single month, at least once. What would you say if you're in a club and a girl slaps your butt and keeps staring at you? Well, if the girl, I mean, dude, she's opening you. Like, what do you mean what I would say? If I'm at the club and a girl grabs my butt and she's attractive, I would grab her by the hand and pull her in and say, who are you? What's your name? It's that simple. Don't overcomplicate it. She's escalating on you, bro. She's literally making a move on you. Why would you want to like complicate things? You know? And this is a problem with a lot of guys and like a lot of like the dating scene is guys tend to overcomplicate how to go about instincts. Like, there's no reason for you to overcomplicate it. If she like grabs your butt or she like does anything like that, just grab her and say, "Hey, what's your name? You're at a club." All right. Now, if she's kind of like not attractive, just tell her to stop it. Just be like, "Yo, like I didn't like that. Can you please not do that again?" And then call security if she does it again, bro. I have a feeling this is like what girls go through. Like if girls ever get like grabbed like that, it's probably pretty bad. But if you're a guy and you get grabbed like that, like you find it like as the biggest compliment ever. But this is basically, yeah, this is basically Nashville, guys. Look at that. It's like popping on a Saturday. I cannot wait to get there. I literally cannot. I cannot wait to get there. That's gonna be good. But yeah, Alex, do that. How long? I'm gonna be in Nashville for a whole year. So I'll be there, yeah, the whole fucking year. And the reason I picked it, guys, the reason, again, if you just joined, but the reason I picked Nashville over any other spot is one, it's always popping, right? So if my students come in, I could always go in and talk to them. And number two, I could always take people out, right? Like I love hosting people. I love having people over. I love teaching. I love having fun. I love exploring. And Nashville is kind of like, it's a spot right now. It's a spot. Let me see. Yeah. So I wouldn't really do anything, or really, I thought it was supposed to stay some smooth line or something. Was just staring at her, and it got weird. No, don't overthinking, bro. Like if you see a girl and she like makes a move on you, don't overthink it. Like she's already established that she's attracted to you. So why do you think you have to say some smooth line? Think about it like this: she grabbed you before you even said anything. So there's no need to try to be smooth. Now, is it cool if you're smooth? Like, do you feel like James Bond if you're like smooth with her? Yeah, probably, right? Like, who doesn't like to be a smooth guy? But you don't have to be smooth. Like, you don't have to be smooth at all. And so, don't force yourself to be smooth when you don't have to be. Like, it's cool, man. All right, you guys are gonna hate me, but I actually priced myself out of in-person training. I'll tell you why. So I don't want to train you in person unless you have gone through the online program. And I'll tell you why. And it's a very valid reason. The reason I don't want to see you in person until you've completed my whole entire online course, the entire online coaching, is because when you come to me in person, I at least know that you understand the fundamentals that I teach, right? So when you come to me, the second you knock on my door, we're already running, right? We hit the ground running. Versus if you've never done the online stuff, I have to teach you like step by step. I have to hold your hand. I have to tell you like what this is, what that is, right? But if you already did it, boom, 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 we could hit it really, really fast. And so I only do online training for, or sorry, I only do in-person training for the guys that have actually done the online, like Roshan in the chat that you guys have been talking to. Roshan did the online, and I literally can't wait to see him in person. Like Roshan did the in person in New York City with Brandon, who is my co-coach. We started the coaching company together, and he did it with Brandon, right? But now that I know Roshan more, like we do a lot of one-on-ones, a lot of one-on-one texting and stuff. I actually can't wait to see Roshan in person because I think he will benefit a lot from seeing me often in person. And again, I'm in Nashville because if they come on a Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, we could go out on a Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday because Nashville is just that much like better than any other city to go out. So that's kind of like what I think about in person. I'll say something smooth. That's awesome news for me that you'll be that close. Yeah, dude, it's a 1 hour flight, so it's probably what like a 3 hour drive, Brandon, right? And the flights for you are probably what like $40 or like $50 or some shit, something cheap, right? So I kind of would go with that, bro. I mean, like, fuck it, you know. What up, Kevin Jules? Good to see you, bro. Welcome to the live. We're talking about dating. We're talking about nightlife. We're talking about anything you want to ask me. It's Q&A, so go ahead, bro. Ask away. I'm here to help everyone. Yeah, Miller, you're like a Miller. I swear to God, dude. Guys, I've been working with Miller for a long time. I swear to God, dude, if you do not show up at least once a month while I'm in Nashville, I'm gonna kill you, bro, because I'm so close to you. In Nashville, you could literally come every weekend. I know you get out on Fridays, you get out really tired, but if you spend even one day, right? If you spend like Friday night, late at night. By the way, I know all the after parties in Nashville. I'll share them with you. And then we go to brunch. We do a little day game during Saturday and even Sunday, Saturday night, and then Sunday. Dude, you do that once a month with me. I'm telling you, there's no way you don't pick up on like being good. Like there's zero way. Like there's just no shot. We can meet in person. Well, Rashan, if you're going to be in Ohio, just what I would do for you, Rashan, for you, the most important thing is to get as much value from the online program. And then once you move, once I move to Nashville, we could start discussing the in-person stuff with me. If you do the continuity thing, you know, it's not a big deal. Are you good at sales, bro? I could tell from the meeting we did. I met you. When did I meet you? Alexander Resurrect. I don't remember you, Alex. I talked to so many guys. I don't think you guys realize I talked to about like at least 5 guys that need help every day. Like I hop on a Zoom call and I talk to you guys. Like today, I spoke to the most memorable guy I spoke to today, 40 years old, and he literally comes to me and he says, "Hey man, 2026, I'm 40 years old. Like I have access to the most beautiful women, but none of them want to date me. They all friends on me." And he's 40. And he goes, 2026, my entire focus is women. All right. So I'm going back to you, Roshan, right? Because you're 20. You're 20 years old. He's 40. He's twice your age. He's been on this earth twice as long as you have. And he came to me today. He's like, dude, I just had enough. I'm 40. Like, I need to focus on women. I want to have kids. I want to have family. I feel unfulfilled. Like, let's do it. It got to the point where I was like, well, what's your budget? And he goes, dude, whatever you want. And I'm like, all right, well, let's figure it out. Let's actually figure it out together. And so when I talk to you guys, I don't want you guys to think that I'm like selling you on, I could give a fuck less if you guys join the program or not, if I'm being honest, right? If you guys come to me, I don't care if you join the program because that's on you, right? The same way that when I talk to my mentors, they don't care if I take their advice because at the end of the day, I'm the one that hurts, right? At the end of the day, I'm the one that doesn't take it. So it's a really case-by-case system. And I don't try to sell you guys. What I try to do is give you as much value as possible and then lay out the options for you. And that's what I've done my whole life. Who's that Jewish transgender? You look at the type of Jewish transgender who talks with dudes. All right, you're fucking banned, buddy. Timeout. Damn, I'm putting everyone on timeout. I ain't got time for y'all. You guys are ruining it for everybody else. All right. 1 month do you actually move there, guys? So I get to Nashville in February. To be exact, February 9th is when my lease starts. But if my buddy allows me, I'm going to be crashing in his apartment. The guys you'll meet him here pretty soon. I'll be crashing in his apartment. And so I'll probably be there after New Year's, like January, actually like the late January. So worst case, I'll get there like January 31st because I have an in-person training in LA. So I'll be in Los Angeles for a whole month doing in-person training with someone. And then I go to Scottsdale to do in-person in Scottsdale for 3 days. And then from Scottsdale, I move to Nashville full-time. And if you want to do in-person, you got to come to Nashville. Poor Jews hate free speech. Don't pay that detail if you would. It's a scam. 999. Get out of here, bro. You're banned, buddy. All right. I banned him, guys. I didn't know you were selling me until I started learning sales. Remember our meeting really helped me process sales information training I was learning. Dude, I don't know who you are, bro. You got to give me more info than that. You really got to let me more do who you are. And this is what I'll tell you guys about sales. So I'll give you some background about like before I went all into social media, like before I started creating content. And like I love creating content because I'm a creative. Like I love being creative. I'm a creative mind. But before I got into content, guys, what I was actually doing, so I started my career in finance with numbers, like on Wall Street. And I was on a derivatives desk. So I was trading derivatives. If you guys don't know what derivatives are, it's just some fancy bullshit for finance. All right. And I started doing that. I hated my life. And then I moved into software sales. So then I started doing software sales. And when you do software sales, you're not really selling like the people who are buying. All you're doing is figuring out if you're the right fit. And so I always get confused when I come into like when people talk sales, I think people think like pressure, buy my shit, or like, oh, what are you, a pussy? Or like all this bullshit, which is not true. Sales is all about figuring out if it's the right fit for the other person, if I could actually help them. The last thing I want to do is sell you something and then not be able to fulfill, not be able to actually help you. right? And then at that point, I look bad, you hate me, and it just doesn't work for anyone. And that's how I live life. When I meet people, I try to give them as much value as possible. What up, Christian? Good to see you, bro. Welcome to the live. By the way, did you guys find it through YouTube? Like just scrolling through YouTube? How'd you guys find me? Through YouTube? Is it through Kick? Is it through Instagram? Like, how are you guys actually finding me? I'm actually legitimately curious how you guys are finding me. Handsome Squidward. Well, thank you, bro. Handsome Squidward's way too handsome. You know what I've always been insecure about, guys, though? Like low key, high key, is I have a very long face. Like my face is probably like half of my torso. And so I've always been insecure about that. We all have insecurities, all right? Like, who cares? Nice, dude. Shalom. Good to see you, Dustin. Welcome, welcome. So any questions? Ask anything about whatever, guys. I'm here to answer questions about dating, motivation, fitness, my background, money, whatever you guys want. I'm here to answer questions. And or if you guys just want to hang out and like talk, I'm happy to hang out and talk. I had a huge conversation with this person named Madeline, and we just discussed like how awesome Nashville was. So I'm always open to discussing stuff. I will say, guys, if you haven't joined the Telegram, join the fucking Telegram right now. Like it's in the description or bio. All right, my boy's on the way, guys. He'll be here in like 25 minutes. So he's gonna get here. We're probably gonna take a shot, and then we're gonna head out. Would you guys be like cool, like if I did like an in real life like stream? If I did an IRL, like with a camera following me around? Probably not here in Texas, but once I get to Nashville, would you guys watch if I did an IRL stream on the streets on Nashville, just interviewing people and just being like inside the bar and club? Let me know. I'll do it. I'll fucking do it. I love doing this. I love content. Can 40-year-old men still do well with 20-year-old women? Yes. So this is what I'll say, okay? This is a very good question. Can 40, I want you guys to listen to this question. Guys and girls, whoever's watching. Can 40-year-old men do good with 20-year-old women? The answer is yes. And I'll tell you why. The same reason a 30-year-old girl, the same reason a 40-year-old girl will like you is the same reason a 20-year-old girl will like you. Okay? I'll give you guys a story. When I was 25, like 3-4 years ago, I was dating a girl who was 19 and I was dating a girl who was 36. So it's kind of in the middle. And what that made me realize is, okay, let's pause it for a second, right? Why can both girls like me so much? All right. And you have to realize that women don't really change. Okay. Women, whatever they're attracted to, whatever gets their emotions up, it's always going to be that. And I tell guys this all the time. If you can attract a 30-year-old, if you can attract a 40-year-old, you can attract a 20-year-old. Now, will it be a little bit of a difference just because you're from different generations? Yeah, 100%. So one thing that I realized for me, the sweet spot of age for me is between 20 and like 23. 20 to 23 is like perfect for me in terms of age because I'm very high energy. Like I love to work out. I love to go to like dancing classes. I love to dance. I love to go hiking. I'm like full of energy. Older chicks run out of energy faster than guys. I mean, they don't have as much testosterone as we do. And so in terms of matching, congruency, that's the sweet spot for me. So you as a 40-year-old man, you have to ask yourself, why do I want to date a 20-year-old girl? Is it because I just want like the hot young chick? Or is it just because I just feel like I can't find a hot 30-year-old, right? And it's a very slight and subtle difference, but you have to realize whichever way you go, whichever the answer is, it comes down to you not understanding women at a deep level. Because if you cannot attract a 20-year-old, you're probably really shitty at attracting 30-year-olds. All right. And when I say attracting, I mean that she's head over heels for you. Because anybody could be a high value guy. Okay. Anybody could work on their career for 20 years, from age 20 to 40, have $1 million in their 401k, whatever. We could all do that. And so older women look for safety. So you might be confusing attraction with safety. When older women look for an older guy, it's because they want a safe guy, a guy that could actually retire with, a guy who could actually provide for them, right? And so you don't want to confuse that safety with attraction. You want to be very clear about what you like. There's a lot going on. Hold on. You like Technic, a king skill, had a baby. Thank you. I don't know who that is. Yeah, dude, I'm gonna do it. Gerardo. I know you're in Austin, bro. Dude, I basically know everyone in the chat at this point. Gerardo, we got to see you, bro. You're in Austin, but you're gonna have to come to Nashville. We also got to connect because I don't know if you've completed the online program, but we got to connect. Cool. So I'm wondering if I could come visit you in February or March, because the sooner I can do that, the better off I'll be. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, the second I get there, probably March, the better. My birthday is in March, so I'm gonna have like a big party come March somewhere in Nashville. If you guys want to join me in March, make sure to follow me on Instagram. It's Jesse_Steele. And I'll probably figure out a deal with one of the bar managers, because my buddy who's coming to see me, he lives in Nashville. He actually works for this really cool bar, and I'm telling him like to hook it up. And we're already in talks of it. And I want to have like a giant party for myself. That's a little hedonistic, I know, but whatever. And I want all my followers and all the people that chat with me, I want you all to come. And that would be like such a sick party in Nashville. So Brandon, you probably want to come before that, like the weekend before that, so we could all get together and like actually show you how it's done. Do you like bluegill fishing? I do not. I don't know. So guys, I grew up in the Southwest, right? Southwest US. You guys are going to laugh when I tell you this. I do not know how to fucking swim. I don't know how to swim. You guys are going to hate. I do not know how to swim. There's no water in the desert here in the US. And I know you're like, isn't there pools? And there's something like that was like barely an activity. Like my uncle had a pool in his backyard and I never jumped. Like nobody ever tossed me into it. Like I don't know about you guys. They say black people can't swim, but I think us Mexicans don't know how to swim either, if I'm being honest with you. Rashan, when doing a DHV, should I go into storytelling mode when she calls me a question, when she asks me a question, or just say facts? I know a lot of other coaches say tell stories that are pretty long in DHV specs. No. So a lot of dating coaches confuse high value with qualifying themselves. I'll give you an example. So you're talking to a girl, and if there's girls in the chats, feel free to opine. You're talking to a girl and the girl asks you like, oh, what do you do for fun? And then they start qualifying. Oh, well, I travel the world. I'm a DJ. I do this, I do that. And they start qualifying to her. That is bad, because every guy is trying to impress that girl. And in her head, what she's thinking is like, oh, this guy's full of himself. Like he's just trying to impress me. Well, that's what every guy does. So you want to be like, you want to have a thin line with your DHVs. When she asks you a question, you want to make sure, again, remember, Rashan, funny answer, real answer. If you guys don't know the flirting techniques that I'm talking about right now, it's kind of like an insider. Make sure to join my number one, my community, so I could break down these later. But also number two, get my course. It's down in the description. Just go ahead and buy it. And it's like a bunch of flirting techniques, a bunch of bullshit. You guys actually need to learn this stuff if you're a man. All right. But funny answer, real answer. And then your DHVs will come from two ways. All right, Rashan. The first thing is a discovery impact. Okay. What is the discovery impact? So I'll give you an example at an extreme. Let's say I'm talking to a girl. She's head over heels for me. And then I'm like, yo, let's go you want to grab a drink? And she's like, yeah, let's go grab a drink. And then I end up having a table at the club in Las Vegas. And she's like, oh, I didn't know you had a table. Why didn't you tell me? Like, because you liked me for who I was, right? Discovery. Then she realizes, oh shit, this guy has a table. He's high value, right? He paid $5,000 for the table, right? That's just an example. Alternatively, you pull the girl home. Valet comes around. You're about to pull the girl home. Valet comes around. He brings you your Lamborghini, and the girl's like, why didn't you tell me you drove a Lamborghini? And you're like, it's not a big deal to me. Boom, high value, DHV. You didn't have to brag about it. If she finds out on her own, that's huge, right? So I'll give you one DHV for you, Rashan, right? Oh, she says, what do you do for fun? You could be like, dude, you're gonna hate me. I'm actually kind of a nerd. She's gonna be like, what, a nerd? Yeah, like, let me tell you some facts, right? Did you know that the average plane flies at XYZ speed per minute, right? Whatever cool facts about planes, about anything you learned in your pilot school program, you want to show her. And then she's like, oh, what, are you a pilot or something? And you could be like, yeah. And she's like, oh, no way. Now you see how it's very humble, but she discovered it on her own. Like she chased that information out of you on her own. And it's an art, right? This is an art. It's not something that you're going to pick up on, Roshan, like right overnight. It is something that you're going to get better at as you age. All right. And that's what I call the discovery effect. That is, I want you to kind of like when you think about DHVs, I want you to think discovery. How can I make it a discovery so she's actually into me and she discovers something that's so cool about me, right? But you don't want to brag about it. Same thing, right? I used to have like this awesome, I still have my awesome house in Dallas. I would never brag about like my house, right? I would never brag about the cars I drive. I would never brag about any of that. As a matter of fact, when I go out, I wear like the least valuable things that I have. Like I won't wear a Rolex, right? I won't wear a crazy chain. Like I'll jot it down a notch because if I already have those things, I don't want them to know I have those things, right? You want them to like you for who you are. And then when she finds out, when you go on the second date after you smash, after you pull her, and you roll up to the second date, like in in your fancy car, your Rolex, that's what seals in the deal. She's like, oh my God, I fell for him and he has his shit together. The ultimate DHV, right? So when you tell your stories, Rashan, you almost want to be like a director of a movie. You almost want to be like a writer, right? Let her figure it out on her own. Like, there's no need to brag. You're enough. Rashan, you're more than enough, bro. Like, I don't know any pilots that are 20. Like, you're so far ahead. Like, I really don't know any pilots that are 20. Like, they're killing it like you are. But if you state facts, it might be bragging. Yeah, exactly. So she's like, "Oh, what do you do?" And you're like, "Well, I'm a pilot. I just graduated the other day." And you just like start qualifying yourself. No, don't do that, right? You could be like, "What do you do?" Be like, actually nothing much. I just like work for XYZ company, right? Oh, okay, cool. Like what do they do? And you're like, "Oh, they do like private jet services, stuff like that." Oh, nice. Do you like set up the meetings? Be like, "No, I fly the jet." She's like, "Oh fuck, this guy flies the jets. He's not bragging about it." Like girls love that, dude. A guy who doesn't have to brag because he knows he's enough and he knows he's secure in himself. They love that. And you're a young guy. A lot of young guys make the mistake of trying to achieve as much as they can. They go out into the world. They say, I'm gonna achieve status. I'm gonna achieve money. I'm gonna achieve all these things so I could get women. And then they end up leading with those things and they attract gold diggers. They attract girls that are not good for them, that they're not interested for who they are because they never actually learn to present themselves in a way that's attractive to the world. That is just called charisma, right? And that's what I want you guys to understand. Oh, you guys are sending so many good questions. This is good. This is good. Yeah, I've seen King 6'8". So King 6'8", like the super tall guy in Miami. Um, the way I like to tell people things is that if you're gonna give people advice on dating, if you're gonna give people advice on women, you have to be very self-aware and you have to be very reflective of the gifts God gave you. So if I was to come here on this chat, right, and I was to tell you guys, hey, do this, do this, do this, do this, and I was unaware that things worked for me because of things that God gave me, okay? Like if I was unaware, if I called myself like, oh, girls love me just because of my game, or like I'd be lying to you to a degree, right? Because there are girls who are just attracted to me right off the bat. And I recognize that, right? And I recognize that not every guy gets that opportunity. Not every guy is going to have girls throwing themselves at them. And so if you're a guy like King 6'8", who's very tall, you have to recognize that a lot of the girls who come to you are because of your height, right? You're an automatic attraction. So if he comes to you and says, yeah, look, guys, I'm very tall. That's why a lot of women approach me, but I never do the approaching because I don't have to. I've never seen him approach like once ever because he doesn't have to. And he doesn't know how scary it could be to approach a fucking stupid hot girl, right? He doesn't get it, right? For me, I understand what it's like to approach a really hot girl because like him, I would get women like approaching me. But my issue was that, hey, like I want hotter women than the ones that are coming to me. Like, okay, I might be a little good looking, but I'm not that great looking to the point where like I have a Victoria's Secret model approaching me. No, I have to go approach them. And so even though there's levels to it, I still understand the pain of the approach. I still understand the anxiety of the approach because I wanted to approach the tens. I wanted to get the tens. So majority of my students that relate to me is because they want to do better. They're killing it at life, but they want to do better. And I would be lying to you if I said I don't get some layups, right? And I have to recognize that. Not everybody gets that opportunity, but I have heard of them. Dude, I love Canada, by the way. Canada goes hard. I love Montreal. Toronto's fucking sick. I love Canada. Like, Canadians are awesome. Canadian women, dude, bro. When I used to live in Vegas, Canadian women, whew, Canadian women are fucking amazing. Watch this movie, Breakfast at Tiffany's. Yeah, no, I've seen that movie. So, guys, all right, you guys are gonna fucking hate me. I think, listen to this. The reason right now, the reason there is problems with feminism, there's problems with girls being promiscuous, all this shit is because of simps. Simps are ruining it for everyone. Like, literally, who the fuck is paying for OnlyFans? Who's paying $5 on OnlyFans? Right? Who the fuck is okay with being used? Like, it's the simp's fault, bro. Like, what the fuck? Hey, from Virginia. My stepdad's from Virginia. I have a special spot for Virginia. My stepbrother went to University of Virginia in Charlottesville. I love the rotunda. I love the little. I think there's 3 bars back to back. I went there. Got my stepbrother, who's a little younger than me, super fucking hammered. We went to the hotel and he threw up like next to the bed because I got him so hammered. I think being my brother must be like the most amazing thing ever. Like low key, like low key, it must be the fucking greatest thing ever. This is Wild Bill. Where is your birthday yet? Because I got a first fist come in and I'll be there with some stuff. I don't know what you're saying, little fish. Bro, no one cares. All right, bro. Why you watching? It's not game, bro. Most scripted. Also 6 9 Jack wearing diamonds. Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. Like when you got those things going for you, you never understand. Like if you got a like really big height, if you got like beautiful whatever, you will never understand the problems that the regular guy goes through. Like you just won't. And it's okay. Like you just make money. I blocked you on Grinder, bro. Cock's too small. I'm actually going to see a Nashville Predators hockey team in April. Oh yeah, dude. There you go. I'm a Dallas Stars fan for hockey, but I also like the Washington Nationals because so when the Washington Nationals won the hockey the championship, I was there. I was in Washington D.C. I got to see the game. Yeah, dude, pull through for the hockey game. That'll be a lot of fun. Nah, bro, the Casio. I'm keeping the Casio, bro. No, it's a Casio, guys. By the way, it's a $5 watch. What up, game changer? Hey, Melissa. Good to see you, Melissa Beavers. Welcome to the chat. What's uncut coke? Dude, it's probably like $100 a G in my area. Have you played Goosey? Never played Goosey. Yeah, they attract tricks. Tricks are for kids, right? I like you too, Melissa. Love you, Melissa. Recognize these nuts in your mouth. Is there any way I can apply the DHV technique without qualifying to the girl? Brandon, just because I've known you for so long, Brandon, you're not there yet. I literally just want you to get audios for me. Like Rashan has gotten me twice the audios you have, and you've been in the program longer. I want you to think about that for a second. Rashan is 20 years old. You are 30, and Rashan has gotten me twice the audios that you have. All right, that's how competitive this world is. All right, the world is all about competition, guys. Like if you're not competitive, you're not going to get anywhere. Okay, I will let it figure out myself. Basically DHV, but what's the second way to DHV? So the first way is discovery DHV. The second way is status DHV. Okay, what is a status DHV? No, a status DHV is not walking in with like 20 girls and like doing all that shit that Michael Sartain preaches. Status DHV is how other people in the world treat you. Okay, so if I go to the club and the bouncer treats me with respect, the bartender treats me with respect, the manager treats me with respect, girls are very in tune with their surroundings. So that is what I call an environment DHV, right? The way people treat you is huge. The way you demand respect is huge. So let's say you're talking to a girl, right? A guy comes in and talks to the girl too, and you're like, hey man, I'm in conversation with her. Give me 2 minutes. Yeah. And you stand your ground. The guy respects you. He's like, oh, dude, my bad. Like, I'm sorry. That is an environmental DHV, right? Rashan, I know you're young, so it's kind of like sounds off to you, but if you have like a group of girls, right, and then you go get drinks with them, the way you communicate with the bartender, right? You ask her for her name, yo, what up? You have a busy night tonight, right? The way you talk about it, the way you communicate with people, right? That status effect of how people treat you is huge. It's massive. Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. Being the biggest DHB also you could have is being fit. Like I don't think you guys understand. Being in shape, being skinny, there's this thing called in the fitness space, lean is law. All right, I'll say it again. Lean is law. It will always be law. I don't care what anybody says. Lean is law. So, yeah, Washington Capitals are a good team, bro. Oh, did you? Yeah, they were eliminated by the Winnipeg Jets. It was sad because I lived in Dallas at that time. But whatever, who cares? Well, in terms of clavicle, I think he's going to prison. I'm not entirely sure what's going on with that dude, but it's pretty sad what happened to him because he's a young guy. His career was just getting started. I think he got banned, bro. That's fucking rough. Going for heights, looks, money. So the thing with Clav also though, he's like a big looks maxer guy, right? And he wasn't looks maxed his whole life. And I think he's a perfect example of like letting it get to your head, right? He kind of forgot of where he started, right? He forgot that he wasn't mogging like since birth. He like literally did all this shit. He got nose surgery, he got like a nose job, and he did all this stuff. And now he acts like he's had that his whole life. And he's like rude to people who are not as harmonious looking as he calls it. And that's wrong, right? That's like letting it get to your head. There needs to be a level of modesty and humility that you carry yourself. And again, he's 20 years old, right? I get it. He's 20. He's a young kid. I was doing dumb shit. I had the biggest ego even a couple years ago, right? Like life humbles you. But he has to come to the realizations like you got to humble yourself and realize that not everybody went like he didn't even have it from birth. Like that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like you have to be real at some point, and that's a perfect example of like letting it get to your head. Like the perfect example. But I don't know. AR, are you in the Telegram yet or no? Not yet. If you haven't, I think you'd contribute greatly to the Telegram. You're asking, bringing very good points. And I would do reactions to whatever you send. So you should definitely hop on the Telly. Hold on, guys. Let me text my boy. I think he's outside. Hold on. All right, boys. I'm gonna go grab him. All right, be right back. Back, boys. Yeah, he's parking his fucking car. Where were we? Let's see. When I was a little kid, I wanted to be a goaltender, one of the AHL leagues. Um, yeah, dude. What did I want to do when I was a kid? I don't think I had any aspirations when I was a kid, bro. I really don't think I did. When I was a kid, well, I guess social media is kind of like the aspiration, right? If you think about it. But I remember being a kid, dude. I remember like always volunteering to do stuff that was like would put me on the spotlight, right? Like every single play. I wasn't a theater kid in high school, but I was a theater kid in elementary school. So like I remember every single play they had, every talent show, I would always put on like this huge performance. Um, and then in high school, I just partied a lot. Like my hormones kicked in. I was just chasing girls the whole time. So I guess my aspiration has always been like social media and like, I don't know, just like this stuff, right? Like doing this type of thing. I guess I'm living it, so it's kind of cool. But if you game, you eliminate 99% of the HP, you just have to be normal. You'll do better than most guys. Yeah. So AR, you bring a very valid point. The important thing about like dating coaches and like what you see out there is that they're all very highly insecure. Okay. So I'll give you an example. Like if you do too much, you're not going to be successful with women. Like if you're too gamey, right? Like if you're running like that gay push pull Todd stuff, like, oh, you're cute, but we might not get along. Like that's fucking gay, bro. Like that's so fucking gay. Right. And so a lot of, yeah, less is more. And so like a lot of guys do too much and they don't want to understand the fundamentals of women. What up, bro? Watch out for the shit, the dog. He shit over there. You see it? All right, just go over here. Just go around over here. What up, bro? All right, guys. I'm gonna give him some drink real quick. I'll be right back. What up? All right, boys. So this is my homie from Nashville. This is Jesus. Say what up, dude.
What's going on, guys?
And watch. There's a whopping 14 people, but yeah, just pull in a chair and we'll do like a little Q&A with them. Guys, so I'll give you some background. So I've known this guy for like 15 years.
Almost.
That's fucking crazy, dude. 15 years. And it's actually ironic because what I do now, it's like if you would have guessed what I was gonna do 15 years ago. And so it's kind of funny.
Like he was gonna be running like Wall Street or something.
Yeah, no, I did for a little bit. I did for a little bit. Now I'm just running the YouTube, bro. But yeah, dude. So I was telling him how like sick Nashville is. And that I'm super stoked because you party every single day.
Yes, yeah, you could absolutely